How's it going, guys? It's Static Veloster here, and John just left with my old rims, my stock ones, because they're going to Cal Tire tomorrow. While I'm at work, he's nice enough to bring them there for me so they could transfer the rubber. When I had bought the car originally, just in September that passed, they had put all new rubber on it, so I really wanted to reuse that. Well, I mean, for obvious reasons, right? It's just less expensive. So that's why I bought rims that were pretty much the same size. I just found out that the stock five spoke Veloster rims that came with my car are actually 18.7 or 18.7.5. The ones I just bought are 18.8. So there's only that half inch, which I mean really won't make much of a difference. But I mean that saves me like at least almost close to a grand buying new tires. So John just took off with those in his Pontiac, and I mean we'll see what tomorrow brings. I don't know how late I'll be working, so I can't really say if I'll even make a video tomorrow. But on the bright side, I mean I did get new rims. I did my tax return today, and that's why I just decided I'm like it'll probably blow it on stupid shit anyways. I paid all my bills in advance, so it was just kind of fun money. And I was really debating on whether I wanted an arc wing, the ones that kind of bolt into the trunk, and the stock OEM spoiler on the Veloster. And I think they were about 850 shipped to the door. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I did paint the rims, and I like the way they look. And you can check them out on my Instagram at Static Veloster, on my Instagram to look at how I painted them. They're kind of like a copper, and they were nice. Like, don't get me wrong, they were nice, but they're not as nice as these ones I just bought. I think they're called Clausen Apex. I paid, I think it was like $1,020. The rims themselves, I think, were like 910. But you have to buy lug nuts and then the fee to transfer over the tires and all that. So it was $1,020, which is decent. I mean, the weather is still shit here. There's tons of salt and sand all over the road. So it's hard to say when they're even going to be actually on the car. But I mean, hopefully soon. I'd like to get them on for my birthday. My birthday's April 13th. So I mean, if the roads aren't too bad and too salty, I'd love to have them on the car. I'm so sick of having winter mode. So yeah. So I mean, there's a few other things I did want to talk about. And one of the things that I did want to talk about with you guys was, so I have roughly about five packages coming from eBay. One is it's a purple front tow hook. I bought a carbon fiber lip for the front, one of the 2.5M Facebook, one of the 2.5M ones. It's like just like a peel and stick carbon fiber front lip. I also purchased a couple stickers and the eyelids that go over the Veloster's headlight. This kind of give it that like mean look. And the Devil's Claws, obviously, I have those. So the one thing I want to talk about was it's like KDM1, and they're a dealer on eBay, and I paid $112 for my eyelids for the Veloster's headlight, and that was January 23rd. So I haven't received those yet. So I messaged them the other day and I was like, "Hey, look, like they said at the latest February 7th they would show up, and I mean obviously it's way past February. It's March 8th, right? It's a month and a day past the expected delivery date." So I contacted them, and they're either just gonna refund my money or send me new ones. And I told them, and like, if you're gonna send me new ones, you're gonna send them like overnight because this is ridiculous. So I just told them I wanted a refund, and I'll take my money somewhere else. As for the tow hook and the carbon lip, none of it showed up yet. It has until March 28th to show up. So at some point in this month, I'll get some packages. But until then, we're pretty much just waiting, which is lovely. I'm just gonna check my Instagram quickly and my Facebook because I did get a few questions from a couple people that just recently started following me about my car. So give me a sec there, and I'll read them, and then I'll relate them to you guys. Okay, I'm back. So I got the questions off my Instagram, and I have three. One's kind of a two-part. I don't know if you're. I just wrote them down quickly because I'm bad. I have a bad memory. Will you ever lower your car? No. And only because the Veloster comes with the Sport Tune suspension, and I find that lowering it, one, the city streets here are shit. Two, the Veloster isn't a very fast car, but I don't want to lose any of its workability. Let's just say that. I like how it functions now with the steering, how tight it is, and how it feels on the road. So I really wouldn't want to lower it. And I mean, because I use it for a daily driver, winter and summer, it'd be kind of pointless for me and expensive. So this is the two-part question. The first question, the first part of it is, what is your overall impression of the Veloster? I like the car, and that's why I obviously bought it. It's always been a dream for me to own one because I drove one. There's another video on my channel. You could watch that. I think it's called Friday Night Memories. I love the car. The power in the non-turbo is awful. I think it only holds like 138 horsepower, and the turbo's 203. You don't really get much power with these cars. If you're looking for a car with power, the Veloster is not it. I mean, you could tune it, you can put a turbo on a bigger turbo, whatever. I mean, that's your own prerogative, I guess, with that. But with me, I bought it because I've just always liked the look. It's a three-door coupe. And for me, I've always liked to be that guy that just kind of sticks out of the crowd. And having a weird-ass car like that does that for me. My overall impression is it's not fast. It's a good-looking car. There's a lot of body modifications you can do to it if you have the money and the time, obviously. The second part to this question is, would you recommend the Veloster to anyone? And like I said for the first part, I would recommend it to someone only because I have one and I do enjoy the car and I enjoy the functions that it has. Like it's Bluetooth right on the wheel. You can answer your phone calls. Everything is accessible to the driver, which is nice. It's definitely a lot more towards the driver and not so much the passengers. I have a son. He's 2 years old, so having that third door on the passenger side is definitely a plus for me, and that's another reason why I wanted the Veloster, because you get that sports car look and feel, but you still, if you're a family man, you can put your child in there, and that's big, and a car seat fits pretty well in there. The trunk size is great. I would recommend it to someone, but I would also let them know that there isn't a lot of power with the car. Even, like I have my exhaust cut as it goes over the back portion of the frame on the passenger side. And they just kind of took out the stock muffler, the big can, bent up a pipe so it comes right out the back like the rest of everyone else's, like it would normally stock, but it just lost that big dampener. Sounds great. Sounds a lot beastier than it feels. I'll say that much. It's not a fast car. And I mean, as it is quick and you can pull it, I mean, second, third, higher RPMs, you gain a lot of speed quickly. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a 1.6. And even the turbo, it's just a 1.6, and they slap a little turbo on it, just enough to give it, the badge, pretty much. I love my car, but I mean, I would definitely tell someone if they were looking at getting one that it is underpowered. But if you want to put the money in, like if you want to do the rims and the spoiler and the paint and the wide body and the devil's claws and the eyelids and carbon fiber this and that, and I mean, for me, it's worth it. I like the look of the car, and it's something different. And I come from a town where most cars are just old 90s, Civics or whatever, a younger kid can get their hands on, and slap some quick modifications on. There's nothing in town that I find personally that is being built properly. I mean, a lot of people slam their car and it's dragging shit all over the ground, and That if that's what you're into, fine. But I want it so that if I pull up to a car show, people are like, "Damn, that's a nice car. It's clean, it's simple, and it was done right. And it's not full of stickers and it's three different colors and it sounds like someone strapped a propane tank to the back of it." And funny story, I have a friend that actually has a Ford diesel truck that has a propane muffler. So if you're watching this, buddy, I'm sorry. I love you. But I mean, that's it for the questions tonight, guys. If more questions roll in, I'll just kind of throw them in there with the video. And for now, until tomorrow, anyways, if I make a video when I get the rims home, we'll talk then. All right, guys. Have a good night. Cheers.